Hey, group seekers, it's your friend Rebecca. I just wanted to pop in today and share a kind of a low moment in this week for me, and only in hopes that it'll give some of you who are maybe experiencing a valley, because you know what? The journey of life, it's filled with little peaks and little valleys. It's not all easy and it's not all roses all the time, which I think we all know. But sometimes I still find myself kind of blindsided by the pain of the low. So earlier this week, I was having kind of a tough time. So let's lay it all out there. So as a business owner, an entrepreneur, this is the year where I'm really focusing on doing. I've told you guys that a few times. But I've also decided that I'm going to try to give up some control and hire people to fill some needs for me, and not like hire full-time people or even part-time people, but more specifically, it's like outsourcing, right? So there's web development and there's my autoresponder or my email marketing system. There's a lot of really cool stuff that I have had done, like the content of it done for better than a month. And the back end pieces, like the technology pieces, aren't together yet. So I have been just bravely like going forth and hiring people and getting recommendations from people and just trying things out. And what I've found, it's basically been completely frustrating at every single turn. And here's a couple things. Like, I'm a control freak, I'm super type A. I've got really high expectations. A person like me doesn't do a great job with outsourcing because nothing's ever as good as I could just, like, it all comes down to that. Well, screw it, I'll just do it myself. Right? Okay, so that's something I've been battling. Then there's speed. Nobody is like getting things done at the speed I'd prefer them to do. So I was having a heck of a difficult time. It's like, what is the point? I'll just get a job. And then I had this opportunity, and it's not a legitimate opportunity yet, but it's like this job opportunity is potentially kind of out there for me, and I could make decent money, and it's right here in my hometown. And I started like doing the whole thing, like, okay, well, maybe I'll just, whenever we figure this job position out, like, and if it's good, maybe I'll just do it. I'll just abandon everything and do it. Not a great mental space, right? Because I'll just tell you this in the groove. So I'm doing this pilot group coaching program with 8 women. And this last week, our lesson was on creating value statements. You need to know what you stand for, and like what actually at your core matters to you. And one of my values is freedom. So as I'm contemplating taking this job, like a job, working for somebody else, it flies immediately in the face of one of my own stated values. I give up my freedom to work for somebody else. And I know this, and I know that about myself. And yet I was in this, I called one of my entrepreneur girlfriends who I love so much. And she like talks me off the ledge a lot. And like, I just feel myself spiral, like circling the drain. It's bad. It was bad. So then the very next morning, so this is on Tuesday, that was on Monday, very next morning on Tuesday. So just yesterday, I woke up, I was doing my makeup, and I just recently purchased a new base color for my eyeshadow. Okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing important, but it happened to be flipped upside down in my makeup bag, and I took a look at it, and I'm going to show it to you. This is the name. It's the name of my eyeshadow base. It says Sellout. My eyeshadow is named Sellout, and I noticed it on the heels of this experience where I was thinking about cashing in on my own dream and taking a regular normal job. So I think that's one of those, like, here's your sign kinds of things, right? So I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that for those of you that are toughing it out to start your own business, run your own business, there are going to be days where you want to quit. And honestly, I'm not saying for you that quitting your business is the wrong thing to do. It is all about what matters to you and what you value. So if you haven't given thought to that, if you have no idea what you stand for and you have no idea what you value, slow down this week and take a little time and think about it. What is it that matters to you? Because it's one of those things that once you get clear on that, everything else becomes so much easier. People in your life, you say no based on if they're not in alignment with your values. stuff, opportunities, committee work, all that crap. So much easier to say no to when you know at your core what you're about. So that's my story for you today. I don't want to be a sellout. And the thing is I'm not saying if you're quitting your job that you're a sellout, or you're quitting your business that you're a sellout. We all have different things and our values can change over time too. Sometimes security and stability ends up trumping freedom for people. Trumping. I shouldn't even use the word trumping. Meaning more, reprioritize, you reprioritize your values as you go. And so the whole point is whether you stay, whether you go, whether you quit, whether you do your own business, don't be a sellout to yourself. Okay? That's what I got for you today, Groove Seekers. Love you very much, and I will talk to you soon. Groove on, everyone.